Hello, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Please ensure to like, share, and subscribe. And also click the bell notification in the top right-hand corner to be made aware anytime I upload tutorials or videos to YouTube. All right, let's craft together. Hey guys, today we're going to be creating a design, a t-shirt design, and we're going to use Canva Pro. So you'll need the paid version of Canva Pro to do this project if you want to follow along. But it's going to be a sublimation design that I'm going to be creating. And I'm going to be creating it to go on 11 by 17. I'm going to downsize it a little bit, but I'm going to start out with the size measurements for 11 by 17. All right. I'm using Ace of ink and paper, and I'm also using the Epson Workforce 7720. This printer has been discontinued, so it is no longer available um, for a reasonable price. I'm pretty sure you can find it on eBay for probably $2,000. No, I'm just kidding, but it'll probably be overly priced if you can find it. All right, so we're going to go to custom design, custom size here in Canva, and we're going to change from pixels to inches, and we're going to type in 11 by 17 and click on the purple button, create new design. So our paper or canvas size is 11 by 17. I'm going to play around with some elements from uh, using Black History design. So you can see here some recently used images. And so I'm just going to go there, but you would just type in Black History and then you would be able to get access. Now, anything with the crown indicates that you have to have the paid version of Canva Pro. So you do have to have Canva Pro for the images I'm going to be using today in this project, minus the one that I created in Midjourney. All right, so we're going to take our Black History and we're going to place that onto our slide here. We're going to bring that up a little bit, and then I'm going to duplicate it to put it on here twice. All right, so we got it on there twice. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the second one, I'm going to change the color to white. So now we can't see it, right? But it's there. So what I'm going to do is change my background so that you guys can see that white. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the the white layer, and we're going to send it to back. So layer, I always click off this thing, send to back. So now the white layer is in the back, which is what we want, right? So it doesn't look like it's there, but it is. All right, and then we're going to click on the black layer, and we're going to move that black layer down just a little bit so that we get kind of like that offset behind our black. Okay, so we're going to go up like that, and then we're going to bring the black down just a little bit. The finger keeps moving. All right, let's see if I can get it over. And we only need just a little trace of that white to come through because we just want you to be able to see that it does have Black History on there. All right, that looks good, just like that. All right, so now that I have the Black History, have a little bit of the white offset behind it, we're going to go ahead and put that background back on white. Okay, and then we're going to go back to our elements, and I am going to be taking another design from Black History. All right, it looks like I've lost it. Oh, here it is. All right, we're going to take this design and we're going to place it behind our Black History so that we can get a little pop of color. And then we are going to click on that layer and we're going to be sending that to the back. So you're going to have that little pop of color. So if you did not add that white behind your black history, then this H and this Y and R would be sitting on top of this black in the color, and it would be black on black, and you wouldn't be able to see it. Okay, so that's why we're adding that little hint of offset behind black history so that we can still see our wording. Okay. All right, so I'm going to take that back down in size. And then I'm going to bring this over just a bit because we don't want our face to be cut off. And we're going to be um, making this a little bit smaller so we can get everything in. So don't worry about it right now. Now we're going to go to uploads and actually, let me go back to elements. I'm going to be using some additional color here. This color here, I'm going to take and I'm going to place that down. Now I'm going to take these double arrows and I'm going to roll that around, and I'm just going to bring it in just a little bit so that it still covers the entire width here, and I'm going to duplicate it. So we're going to have one at the bottom and one at the top. All right, it's going to be kind of sort of like that. All right, so that's what we have now. So we have uh, two elements that we're using for a splash of color, which is the image with the people, and then the three colors on the bottom. So those two things are going to give us a little pop of the Black History color. Then I'm going to go to uploads and I'm going to bring in my image that I want to work with, which is this little cutie right here that I created in Midjourney. So I'm going to bring her in and I'm going to bring her right in the center, and I'm going to click on Edit Photo and BG Remover. Now, BG Remover, you also have to have the pay version of Canva Pro in order to use the background remover. So now we have our Black History Month, and then we have our cutie right there. And that's what our design is going to look like. All right. So I'm loving it. So I decided to do this little pop of color because it defeats the purpose of, I didn't want to have just like we could always do a background color, right? And then we can come in and we can upload our image, remove that background, and keep it simple, right? We can keep it simple, but then when we do sublimation, it looks like a square on your t-shirt, and I'm trying to get away from the square. Okay, so this is just by adding a little splash of color. So that's the difference between that and that. Or if we came and brought that down, like that, and then we went back to elements and added our Black History Month, you know, kind of sort of like that. But again, you still have the where it looks like a square on your t-shirt once you press this. So that's my purpose in doing the little splashes of color from images instead of a background color. Okay. So now I'm going to click on share and I'm going to say download. We're going to be downloading one, but we're going to change this file type to PDF print, and we're going to change our color profile to CMYK. And we're going to make sure we only selected one, which is page one. And we're going to click done and download. So we're going to be printing directly from Canva, so we don't have to go into any other software to actually print this out. We're just going to click on our image and print from there. Okay, so here's our design. We're going to open that up, and this is our design here. All right, so we could go in and we could print directly from here. All right, the only issue is that you may end up with your printer snipping off parts of the nose, right? So we do have the print option to print from here, but I'm going to show you also what we can do to avoid that being cut off, cutting off our nose, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to Canva and I'm going to share this design as a PNG. So we're going to do download PNG. And again, we're going to do just page one, done, and download. And what I could do now is I can go in and add a page. This is still my 11 by 17. And I can click on upload, upload files, and I can bring that image right back into Canva with it being a full, complete image. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and bring that over. And now we can take this and size it down just a little bit so that we don't exceed, the 11, right? So that's about 10 by 15 by 4. That's good enough for me. That still gives me a little room so that I don't not compromising my face on the sides or, the image face on the sides here. And everything looks good. So we're going to leave that at a 10 by whatever the sizing was there. We're going to leave that. I'm going to go ahead and flip it, but I could flip it once I got to my printer. So that I don't forget, I just like to flip it from here. Okay. So we're going to flip it, which is the equivalency of mirroring. Okay. So we're now going to share, download. We're going to change this PDF print and we're only going to do page 2 this time. Done. And then we're going to change that to CMYK, download. So now we're going to print directly from Canva. Okay, so this is our print. Looks good. Our face is not compromised. Our faces are not compromised on the side. We have more than enough room. All right, so we're going to go ahead and click on print. I'm using the Epson Workforce 7720, and we're going to use the system dialog. So Epson 7720, portrait position, one copy, color mode, and we're going to change our paper source to paper cassette 1, and we're going to change this to tabloid, and it's going to be portrait. We're going to change our quality. We're going to bring that all the way over to the far right. And then under our more options, we're going to deselect high speed. We do not want high speed on for this. We're going to click OK. Now, for my particular printer, I do have a mirror image, so I could have left it in the correct position and then mirrored here, but sometimes I forget and I don't want to do that. Okay, so I mirrored mine before I got here, but I do have the option to mirror now. All right, so now I'm going to click on OK. And I'm going to click on print, and my paper is already in my Epson Workforce 7720. So we're good to go. We're going to be heat pressing this at 375 for 60 seconds on the heat press. So we will do a pre-press to get out any moisture in our t-shirt, and then we will lint roll it to get off any type of debris, and then we'll press it with a piece of Teflon sheet on the top at 375 for 60 seconds. All right, so we're going to let this get printed out, and then I'll come up on screen. We'll finish out the latter half of this video and we'll be done, guys. Again, I'm not sure if I said it, but I'm using A-Sub paper and A-Sub ink. So that's the type of ink that I'm using. You can use any type of sublimation ink. So you don't have to use A-Sub, but that's what I'm using today. Alrighty, let's get our print out and I'll come up on screen and we'll go from there. All right, guys, so here our design is. It has printed out on our 11 by 17. You can see where our faces are not being compromised. So that's why I went in after I did the design on 11 by 17. I came in and then took it back into Canva and resized it. Okay. So there we have our full design. It is going in the mirrored position. It just looks like to you guys, it may be looking like it's not, but it is mirrored. When I look at it, my letters are backwards. All right. So we're going to go ahead and go to the heat press, and you guys can see it looks amazing. No lines in my print or anything. All right. So we're going to go ahead and go to the heat press, and we're going to get this baby heat pressed on at 375 for 60 seconds. All right. All right, guys, here we are at the heat press. I'm going to get this extra white on my sides here cut off, just so when I get ready to center it, you don't have to cut off the white. It is not necessary, but I'm doing it just so when I get ready to center it, I'm not working with that white border. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and take that off just like that. And get my t-shirt. So this is 100% polyester, guys. This brand is called Lavera. Hopefully you guys will be able to see that. 100% polyester. Okay, but it has the look and feel of cotton. Okay, so that's why I like to buy this, and I get it at a Viva warehouse here in Dallas, Texas. So that's what I like to buy when I'm doing 100% polyester, because I don't like that polyester feel or look. All right, takes me back to old school. All right, so what I'm doing is I'm just folding my t-shirt, and I'm folding it so that I can put a line down the middle. I want to get a line, a crease down the middle of my shirt, because my design, with my design being so large, right, I want to make sure that I get that. I want to get a center going down my shirt here. So I'm going to take it and fold it in half. So I did this design on the t-shirt that I currently have, and I didn't use that white offset, and had this brilliant idea to go back in and redo it with the offset. So here we are. All right. So I'm just going to press this to get that center. All right. Put that down so you guys can see. And I'm going to put butcher paper on here. Teflon, I'm sorry. We're going to press for about 5 seconds. All right. And we're going to take our shirt. And now you can see that when we press it, we get that center. Okay. So now I know where my center mark is. And I'm going to put this the long way so you guys can be able to see it. But this heat press is a 16 by 24. And I ordered it off of eBay about 2 years ago. All right, so that looks good. Okay, we're going to take our design. I'm going to come about 3 fingers from the top and place my design there. And you can also take your image, guys, and fold your image in half. to get a center mark. I'm not going to do that. I'm just eyeballing it. And I'm just going to put a piece of heat tape at the top and the bottom. And then I'm going to put my Teflon sheet on top. And we are going to make sure everything is going in the right direction. We're going to heat press this for 60 seconds at 375. I'll come back when we're about 5 seconds out. All right, guys, we're almost done here. All right, you always know you have a good sub when the ink starts to bleed through. And I can clearly see the ink is starting to bleed through. So I'm going to go ahead and pull my design up. Now, if I pull this up and it still looks very faint and dull, then I can just push it back down and continue to press it. All right. That's the purpose of the heat tape, is to hold your design in place if you have to do that. But I don't, because my design has subbed beautifully. So let's take a look. All right. And I'm going to show you guys the difference in the shirts. All right. So here we have it. So you can see that our Black history is still showing really good because we put that white Black history offset behind it. All right. Now, I'm going to show you my shirt that I currently have on that I did. So this was the initial design that I did, but I didn't put that offset. So you see how my black is on top of black? Still looks good. I still like it, right? I'm digging it. But I decided to go back in because who can use more than one? It's me. So that's the purpose of the white Black History Month behind there, okay? So that you get that little bit of pop of white behind it so that your words are still clearly visible, all right? All right, guys, that's it. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. All right, I love it, love it, love it. Chime in the comments, tell me what you think. Again, for this particular design, you're going to need sublimation paper and ink. I'm using a sub. You can do this on a smaller scale. I just choose to do my shirt images larger. All right, and then image of choice. You can use the elements from Canva Pro if you have Canva Pro. And then if you don't, guys, Canva Pro is very reasonable, especially for the amount of stuff that you can do inside of it. Okay, the stuff that you can do inside of Canva Pro alone is well worth the money. All right, less than $20 a month, you can have access to Canva Pro. All right, and again, we heat press this at 375 for 60 seconds. And I use my Teflon sheet on top. I use my 16 by 24 heat press. Look at me, y'all. I use my 16 by 24 heat press and Epson 77 Workforce printer. All right, that I changed over to sublimation, but my printer is no longer available. I love, love. You don't see any lines, y'all, because we don't play that around here. Look at those colors. All right. And I think I gave you everything else. The girl I did in Midjourney. All right. I created her in Midjourney. All right. So that's it. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. Hey, if you're in my Facebook group, thank you guys so much for following me via Facebook. If you would like to join my Facebook group, Candoris's Cricut and Creative Crafters, all you have to do is click on the link in the description of this video tutorial for my Facebook group. Agree to the Facebook group rules, and we'll get you in, okay? And then if you are subscribed to my YouTube channel, I want to thank you guys so much for following me via YouTube. And if you're seeing me for the first time and you like my method of teaching, then please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, all right? All right, guys, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. You guys know my motto is each one reach one so that each one can teach one. And you guys have an amazing day. Bye.